Greyhounds. From the face-off, Kingston working hard in the Greyhound end. There's a shot saved by Cloutier as MacLean. That one going, and Cloutier going the other way. Now Peter and Gagnon shovel one another. MacDonald moves in there. Here comes the defenseman in from the point. Now Doyle takes a swipe at somebody. Peter on the ice. Tom MacDonald get at somebody. Now we've got Cloutier and Doyle roughing it up. They're shoving at one another. Trevor Doyle and Danny Cloutier. Doyle took a shot at Cloutier, who loses his mask. And now Doyle challenging all the Greyhounds. Danny Cloutier and Doyle shoved at one another, and Reed Gibson trying to get loose. Now Cloutier and Doyle glaring at one another again. Now Gibson gets loose and grabs a hold of Doyle. Tries blocking him. The Frontenacs and the Greyhounds. Now Doyle skates by the Greyhound bench and challenges everybody. And watch this one, Mitch. Ted Nolan and Dave Allison on the bench. They're glaring at one another. And that shouting match that I alluded to earlier in the broadcast may just happen momentarily. As Doyle now wants to get at somebody on the Greyhound bench. It's Gagnon in the penalty box, excuse me. Now we've got Lovell that wants to go at Danny Cloutier. So all hell is broken loose here, shall we say, as somebody is... Number 9 of the Frontenacs, Jason Disher, who's got a hold of one of the Greyhounds. Not sure who that is. Now everybody else gets into the picture, so Smola has the little black book out. Now Baber pulls somebody off. It was Aaron Gavey who was being pummeled. Now Baber's going at it with MacLean. Now Tom MacDonald going at it. Now we're going to get the two goaltenders at center ice, Cloutier and Lovell. Here we go. Danny Cloutier rocks Lovell. What an uppercut by Cloutier. And Greg Lovell is getting pummeled by Danny Cloutier. There's a right hand, an uppercut, another right hand. What a Donnybrook we've got here, folks. Danny Cloutier and Greg Lovell just pounding one another. There's an uppercut, and Lovell takes one to the chin. Danny Cloutier is pummeling Greg Lovell. And boy, there's another right hand. And Danny Cloutier and Greg Lovell have a great brawl. Boy, oh boy, Danny Cloutier got a number there on the Kingston goaltender. We've got Disher and Gibson who are tied up, and Davey Allison is at the bench yelling something to Pat Smola. But Lovell, the goaltender, just took a beating there. Gibson and Disher are tied up. Smola's trying to break them up. And all hell is broken loose here at the Memorial Gardens, and somebody just threw a water bottle at the coach. Now Ted Nolan standing up on the boards. He wants to go at Allison. There it is. I told you this would happen. Ted Nolan just hurled a water bottle over at the Kingston bench. Oh, this is, you could just sense this was going to happen as Danny Cloutier got involved with originally Trevor Doyle, and then when everybody was paired off, the two goaltenders came to center ice, and away they went. And
you could see it coming.
Oh, yeah.
Smola lost it in the first minute. Was punching and grabbing, and Gavey got ran down a couple times early in the hockey game. No penalties were called, and you could see it developing. They had bad blood from the first game in Kingston, and you knew it was going to be a rough one.
Now we got Tom MacDonald connecting there. And the Greyhounds. I've been waiting all year to say this. Makes the ever-famous line, gloves and sticks all over the ice, folks. And goaltending paraphernalia and sweaters and everything else you could possibly think of.
There's 4 sweaters on the ice right now.
Well, this may be a while before it's all sorted out. It comes with 1:53 left to go in the first period. One thing for sure, Mitch, we're going to get 2 new goaltenders in this game. Andrea Carpano is going to come in for the Greyhounds, and Mark Lamoth for the Kingston Frontenacs. Now, Pat Smola is over there talking to Davey Allison, who's probably saying, hey, he hurled a water bottle at me.
Relax, Davey, he missed.
But it's going to be a while before this is all sorted out. As now David Ling's on the ice, Mitch. Keep an eye on this. He and Sullivan. I mean, the way things are going tonight, nothing would surprise me. But these two teams, a lot of bad blood, especially by the way. Now we've got Ling, who grabs a hold of Sullivan and tries to get at him. Look at Ted Nolan, Mitch. He's standing on the boards. David Ling and Steve Sullivan. Sullivan was over there grabbing his teammates' equipment and trying to separate them, and David Ling just grabbed Sullivan. Not surprising, Sullivan just laughs it off, and Allison shakes his head at Sullivan. And Ling is now escorted to the Kingston bench. And now, Mitch, it looks as though Smola is going to send them all to the dressing room, and he'll tack this minute 53 onto the second period. So old-time hockey, as they say, comes to the Memorial Gardens. And let's see if the broadcasters here can drop the gloves. And, well, he wants to go at it, but good thing you're separating Jimmy Gilchrist and I, Mitch, because he's got his headphones off. But everybody else is getting into it.
Best part of the season, 2 goaltenders. I never thought I'd witness that season.
Maybe Danny Cloutier missed his calling. He absolutely pounded Greg Lovell. And you can see it coming. So the Kingston players now coming over to the bench. And all hell breaks loose with a minute 53 remaining in the first period of play. Now one of the fans wants to get at Davey Allison. And the St. Louis police officer gets in between those two. As all the Frontenacs come out of the penalty box and head to the Kingston dressing room. Davey Allison now giving it to one of the fans there behind the bench.
Uh-oh, the traders are on the ice.
Look out. Better separate those two. Why not? Everybody else has gone at it. But you could just sense, Mitch, as we mentioned during our broadcast in the early part of the first period, you could see it coming. And these two teams do not like one another. As we mentioned, both coaches quite competitive. And
it's going to be very interesting to see what Smola calls for his best. He can kick out 10 players from each side. Kick out Ted Nolan for throwing a curveball across the ice. Davey Allison, he was a tough customer when he played this league, when he played pro hockey. His brother...
Number 1, Greg Lovell, and number 20, Matt Kiereck, each received 5 minutes for fighting plus a game misconduct. To number 3, Trevor Doyle, 2 minutes.